I stand in the presence. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. 2013 at Unity on the River promises to once again be a celebration. There's a lot of enthusiasm, lots of new courses offered, and you'll be hearing more about them today. I wanted to start. Is Jackie here? Jackie Woodside? Well, I wondered if she could come down and talk about... Wow, here she comes. Jackie didn't know she was going to be first and foremost on the announcements.
I was ready.
Oh, you really were good. Here you go.
What am I talking about? Okay, good. Good morning, everyone. Namaste. My name's Jackie Woodside. I'm on the Board of Trustees here at Unity on the River, and I also am a spiritual teacher and speaker in the Unity movement around the country. And I just published my first book. Yay! Isn't that the coolest thing? It's been on my vision board for the longest time. And I also did a TED Talk this year, which was another thing on my vision board. So God is blessing my life, and I'd love to bless yours today. From 12 to 2, I'm going to be talking about my book, What If It's Time for a Change? And I will be teaching you why it's always time for a change, and how that is the most important part of your spiritual growth and unfoldment. So anyone who comes to the workshop today gets a free signed copy of my book, and I'd be happy to share that with you. It really is my blessing, and just so much of what's happening in my life and the growth of my career is a result of the love and the support and the consciousness of each and every one of you in this community. So come hang out with me a couple of hours today. The Pats aren't playing today, so what else do you have to do? And yeah, I'd love to be with you all. Thank you, Shipley. Thank you, Carol.
And before Jackie does her workshop, she is going to have a book signing at 11:30 in the bookstore for those of you who might want to buy the book and have her sign it and are unable to come to the workshop. Okay. Also today, there is a youth and family spiritual parent group meeting. It's an introduction. If you have children here, you're a parent, and they're attending youth ed, this is an opportunity to just talk and share and get support from other parents about spiritual parenting. And today is an introduction. It's facilitated by Patricia Bruno. So it's in the wing room. You just show up, and I believe it's something, if there's enough interest, it'll be once a month. Well, we have new artists in the art gallery in hospitality, and it's featuring nature and wildlife artists and photographers. And if any of the artists are here, I'd like to have them stand. First of all, Susan James. Not sure. Mickey Lucia. She's right back there on PowerPoint. Ed Fetaplace. I know, Christina's dad. And he was a wildlife artist, I understand. Renee Schneider. She may even be over in Youth Ed at this point. And Eric Walrzak. And there he is. Okay, this Wednesday, our Evensong service is with Rhonda Heatley at 7 here in the sanctuary. It'll be really nice to have Rhonda. She's a very, very good leader, so hope you can make it. January 13th, this is next Sunday, we have a guest speaker, Reverend Steve Cordry, and he is going to talk about I am spiritually powerful, so what? And it's actually based on Charles Fillmore's book about the 12 powers. So not only will he be our guest speaker, but he is doing a workshop in the afternoon. I don't know if there's a slide with that or not, so it might be there we go, because I knew I couldn't remember all of this. It's Clear, Connect, Create, a 12 Powers workshop. This is an introduction this coming Sunday. And Reverend Cordry is a retired Unity minister from Cape Cod, and he does this workshop with Jean Riley Burgess, who's the founder of Shine, a spiritual center. And really what they're doing, it's an introduction, and there is a course, well actually 6 sessions that follow up this introduction. And it's about discovering your power within, and it's done through sound meditation, through spirit guides, through coaching, through music, and I understand it's a wonderful series, but you'll learn more about it next Sunday. Unity Basics. If you're interested in membership, Unity Basics is a class that's required, as well as a prosperity class. But this particular class is taught by Martha Jean, and it is going to be a Sunday class in the Oneness Room, and it starts January 20th, so that's in a couple of Sundays. And while I'm on this subject of membership, Membership Sunday is coming up, and that's January 20th. So if you're interested in membership and you have completed a prosperity course and a Unity Basics course, you can apply. You can see me today after the service. I have applications. And also you can email Diane at unityontheriver.org, and she will send you an application. And let us know next Sunday if it's something you're interested in doing, because the ceremony's on the 20th. We also, we have such talented people here. I'm not sure if Peter Stringham, stand up. We have another new book in the works, and Peter's the author. Actually, Peter and his wife, Carol. And the name of Peter and Carol's book is Unlock the Power of You. Now, he will be doing a book signing on January 20th. And he will be following up with a really popular workshop that he's done before. It's a Law of Attraction workshop. It's setting goals. And I kind of liked it because I read that setting those goals is measurable and pleasurable, right? So also, everything is on the bulletin board out in hospitality, and there are sign-ups if you're interested in any one or more of these classes. And now, I would like to invite Bill Free to come up. He's our Sacred Service Director.
Namaste. Good morning. Just real quick, I want to thank everyone that has listened, heard the call, felt the call to the different Sacred Service ministry positions, opportunities, and really there's been about 10 or a dozen people who have come forward to do things. And it's really exciting, you know, yeah, it's really awesome. And people have just, you know, felt the call, some gradual. They've, you know, a couple of times said, you know, I heard it, and then the second Sunday I heard it again, and I just felt that it was time to come forward and be involved. And I just want to thank them. They'll be recognized, and you'll get notice of it on Conscious Contact or Conscious Connection. And then also I would like to thank Jody and Anita. Anita's here. Jody's not here, but I would ask Anita to rise and just be recognized. Anita and Jody have decided to be involved in the Sacred Service team with me. They'll be helping me, and they'll be contacting you, Anita and Jody. Jody's not here. She's live streaming today. And so thank you, Jody, for agreeing to join us on the Sacred Service team. Pardon me? Namaste. Oh, she says namaste. So Anita and Jody will be contacting you to ask you if you'd like to be involved on in the Sacred Service Fair that will be March the 10th. It's going to be some tables that'll be set up out in the bookstore, and you'll need to contact her if you're on one of the Sacred Service ministry teams, any of them, because we only have 14 tables, I think, and we'll want to make sure that your team is represented there. So thank you so much for serving at Unity on the River. We love you, and we see you, and we honor you. Thank you.
Also, one more Sacred Service message. It's time to undecorate Unity. You can see this is the last day our decorations will be up for Epiphany. And I believe that there is a sign up in the bookstore. If anybody would like to help, it's Tuesday and Wednesday day of this week, especially people who don't mind climbing the ladders and taking a lot of the higher decorations down. All right, and the last announcement today is our annual meeting is coming up February 3rd. We'll be taking a look at everything that transpired in 2012, and we'll also be, I believe, welcoming our new board for 2013. And that is the end of the announcements.
When you don't know where you're going, hardly know where you've been. You're worried and frightened and feeling you've nowhere to turn to. All you need is a little faith, a little hope, lots of love. No one said life would be easy. We all have pain and broken hearts. When your soul longs for comfort, all you need is a little faith, a little hope, lots of love. And you can believe life is full of mystery. Miracles happen every day. Take a deep breath and breathe out a prayer, and you will find peace inside. So when you're feeling much better, be grateful your spirit is at ease. The next time you're facing a challenge, just remember all you need is a little faith, a little hope, lots of love. A little faith, a little hope, lots of love. A little faith, a little hope, lots of love. A little faith, a little hope, lots of love. Thank you.
Beautiful, Brian. Thank you. Faith, hope, love. Let's allow those energies to bring us into prayer. Let's take a deep cleansing breath and allow ourselves to be fully present in this now moment, this culmination of the first week of the year 2013. Let's breathe into it. The Proverbs, it is written, without a vision the people perish. Without direction, without realizing their calling, we wander like sleepwalkers. This is the 12th night of Christmas, called Epiphany, the day when the wise ones bring their wisdom to the Christ essence. And this is the day of our visioning, opening to catch the vision that is right and perfect for our lives at this time. Throughout 2012, we were in a birthing process, birthing a greater reality. And now, 2013, the birthing continues. What is emerging? What is being birthed through you? Today we will open to align our vibration with the vibration of a vision for our lives in 2013. And we know that this vision is ordained by the Holy One when we allow ourselves to truly be an opening. The Spirit of the living God longs to reveal itself, longs to evolve through each and every one of us. And it's calling us continually into higher and higher expression. And we have that aspect of ourselves that doesn't want to hear it, that is afraid, that doesn't listen. But today we will be an opening, and we will hear it, and we'll write it down, and we'll know it. And we'll know without a doubt that with God, all things are possible. Can you say that with me? With God, all things are possible. And that is the truth. All things work together for good. All things are possible. Let's sing about that.
All things are possible.
Welcome to Unity on the River. We are a center of transformation, celebration, inspiration, and oneness. And I am Reverend Shipley Allenson, and I welcome you to 2013. Woohoo! All right. Let's just do this while it's up there. Isn't that beautiful? Jeff Como made this. This is the theme for 2013. Emergence, the shift from ego to essence. Is anybody in? All right, yeah. Woo! All right. So along those lines, let's remember who we came here to be by saying our vision and mission together. The vision for this center, centered in love. We joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. And the mission for this center, we are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity. Yes. So 2013, this is the day, the first Sunday of 2013, when we are going to open to a vision for our lives, a vision for the world, a vision for whatever it is that you're looking into right now. And we will open into the energy field of the universe to reveal to us the highest vision for where we are in our evolutionary process today. It is Epiphany, traditionally the day when the three kings visited the Christ, Jesus the Christ. Metaphysically, we say it's when the wise ones bring their wisdom to our Christ essence. So your Christ essence, which is evolving from ego to essence, your higher self, will recognize your vision today. Its wisdom will be revealed today, this day. We are knowing that, and I'm affirming it for you. It's a great day for God. Let's see, Prosperity Plus. So, the Prosperity Plus class is basically about visions. It is about writing a vision, realizing a vision, finding partners, prayer partners, and a team of people to support you in realizing that vision, how you can bring it into manifestation. It begins this Tuesday. I'd love to have you join us. I'm seeing 25 people. This place just really rocking. It's a 10-week class. You need to sign up, and you need to purchase your materials ahead of time. What I want to say about this is a prosperity class. However, no, I don't want to say however. It is a prosperity class, and people do not have to have a lot of money to come to a prosperity class. The purpose of a prosperity class is to help people open to the flow of God's good in their lives. Please do not think that if you don't have any income now, or if you have a very small income, that you cannot come. There will be a commitment to give some percentage of your income. It can start at 1%. If you don't earn anything, you can't give anything. That's okay. The commitment is, however, to purchase the materials. And the materials are CDs to listen to every week and a workbook to work in so you can really continue your work. So that is the main commitment. Then come and come and try it out, see how it feels to you. Hearing Mary Marcy is fabulous. She talks to us for an hour and then we work with her material. So I really hope that you will. Don't be put off by the idea that this is a prosperity class. Please, it is here to serve you, all right? And, this is very exciting. We have had a goal as part of our transformational experience. One of the goals was to have visual representations of the unity principles. So we are going to be showing one of the unity principles every week, but today Frank Barron created these. I and some others have been working with the wording, trying to bring it into the modern world. These are the 5 basic unity principles. If you've not been here for a while, God is absolute good, everywhere present. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. We all have the Christ Spirit within us. That's the second principle. We create our life experiences with our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. This is a new thought church. It's based on the idea that our thoughts are creating our experiences in the world. Prayer is our connection. It's our way to access divine ideas, divine mind. Prayer is both speaking and listening, both aspects of our prayer. And the final one, it is not enough to know the truth. We must live it. We must activate it. 5 unity principles. Thank you, Frank Barron. These are beautiful. Beautiful. So let's welcome anyone who's celebrating with us for the first time. If you would just raise your hand, we have a flower for you. Anybody celebrating with us for the first time? Wow, wonderful. Oh, beautiful. Hi there. Great to have you. Please know we welcome, you don't have to stand if you don't want to, but it's helpful because then we can identify and bring you a flower. We welcome all paths to God. We love having you here. You expand us. And if you keep that flower after the service, someone will introduce themselves to you and take you to the welcome table and give you a CD that tells you more. There's another person up here, Phyllis. Oh, somebody, Michael, thank you. Wonderful. Good morning. Bless you. Thank you. One more. Beautiful. You don't want to miss the flowers. Be sure to get to the welcome table and be introduced to someone there. Great to have you. Thank you. All right, let's take time now to greet each other. We invite you to really see each other, look at each other and say, I see you. I see your possibilities. I see your promise. I see you who you are. I recognize you. That was fun. We are high energy today. Woo! It's a great day for God. I'm so glad you're here. So please join me in welcoming Temple Thieves. Yes, bound for glory. Yeah. Good morning.
Yes, I too axe and blade to my mind. I am willing, yes, oh, I am so willing. I am honed and I am lean. Words, yes, words, stretched thin as paper. I am old, yes, I am old, but I am able, yes. Still with holding it up, holding it up, holding it up, yeah, 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 yeah. Woo!
Well, I ain't cutting my hair, Lord, not until the good Lord comes.
Not till the Lord comes,
no. Said I ain't cutting my hair, Lord, no. Not until the Lord comes.
Not till.
She arrives upon the mountain just to say what we have done.
What we have done. I am old, yes, I am old, but I am able, yes. Oh, and straight, that docent giant of my youth. It cannot this unbuilt mind our shelter make. No, it cannot. No longer. is fire, fire, which guts the streets, frees the souls, frees the souls. It is fire, 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 which stirs the stars asunder, yes. And fire which finally, finally crowns the heaven blaze. I'm telling you, crowns the heaven blaze.
Well, you ain't picking up a paper. No, no.
No, 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 no.
Till the wild wind blows.
Till
No,
the wind
no.
blows, till it blows.
Well, you know that I ain't picking up a paper, Lord, no, no, now, not until the wind blows.
Till that wind blows, oh.
Not until, well, not until we say what we should say.
Say it.
Until we know what we should know.
What we should know, yeah.
Not until we know what we should know.
Now it is fire which guts the streets, frees the souls. It is fire, 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 yeah. It clears the streets and frees the soul. Fire which stirs the stars asunder. It stirs them up, stirs them up. And it's fire which finally crowns the heavens blaze. Yeah. Let that fire crown the blaze in you. Let it fire crown you. Let it crown you with its fire. Let it change you with its fire. She's alone now.
Oh, my soul.
Oh, it's so good, it's so
Oh, my
good, it's so
soul.
good.
Don't you know that I'm on fire?
Fire, it's fire.
You know, because
She got it, yeah, she got it.
I'm on fire because I've been shown.
Come on now, come on, Lisa.
I am
Yeah,
bound for glory.
for glory.
Light my way, Lord. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Lisa.
Hallelujah on this day.
And she bound for glory.
Because I'm bound for glory.
Temple Thieves, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa Plumley Zimfer. Paula Esty is our poet, and Chris Zimfer on guitar.
band.
Temple Thieves, all right.
Yeah! Woo! Awesome. Thank you all. Beautiful. Boy, that's fabulous. All right, 2013, the year of emergence, the shift from ego to essence. We have all been going through 2012, a birthing experience, haven't we? Now, I want to read you something from Victoria Friedman, and I just want to mention that in it she mentions the Akashic record, and if you're not familiar with that, it's an energy, some traditions believe it's an energetic record of the history and the ways and everything that occurs in the cosmos. So let's hear this quote. You've been birthing, you've been called, we have answered the call. We have been birthed into a new movement that we will enliven and actualize with the gifts with which destiny endowed us. The future hums with infinite possibilities, and we are so now in a position to make it so. What a huge evolutionary learning curve for all of us. One we can contribute to the Akashic record for humanity. Do you feel the heart-pounding response to the question, what now? Yes. We are the answers. What now? You are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the answers. You like it? Yeah. You like to be an answer. So Birth 2012. All during 2012, we looked at this birthing a greater reality. And some of us are in various stages of this birthing experience. You know, we went through conception, and then we went into gestation, and then everybody turns to goo, right? You know, you let go of everything, you dissolve out of anything that is not you, and it just you fall apart. You don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing. And then the imaginal cells start taking form, and a new creation occurs, and a birth occurs. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that you are a caterpillar and you are just emerging from that cocoon. And you're covered with all this sticky stuff and you're looking around going, where am I? What am I doing? What's up? What's down? And what is this body? I used to have all these legs that I could get around with. Now I only have two, and I've got these other things that are kind of caught and all sticky on me, and I get the urge to kind of move them and stretch them out. And then I want to move forward, but it's so darn awkward that I fall, and my instinct is to stretch out those appendages that are stuck to me, and they spread out, and they catch me. And they catch me on a gust of wind, and they lift me up way above my life experience. So I'm looking down and I'm seeing my world from a totally new perspective for the first time. Remember the astronauts when they first went to the moon? And they had known Earth as a place where people were groveling and trying to survive and fighting with each other and polluting, and there were boundaries set up everywhere. And all of a sudden, they're up above the atmosphere looking down at this beautiful blue and green jewel floating in the cosmos, and they have a totally different perspective. This year, 2013, I'm going to invite you to put on your evolutionary wings, come fly with us, come lift up higher into your essence where your perspective of the world will be totally changed. You will release your littleness, release your lack and limitation, come up to the place where we don't have to be fighting with each other and arguing and trying to compete and trying to win. When we enter into, unconditional love, unconditional love. This is, the Essenes, the ancient Essenes said we have entered a new age. And if we are open and ready to receive it, the energies, the Messiah of the new age is unconditional love, loving your neighbor as yourself because your neighbor is yourself. The realization of oneness. We are entering this age. Are we ready to receive these energies? Because if we don't, they're not going to come back for another 2,000 years, you all. And they say, the Essenes say, the 12th night, the 12th day of Christmas is the perfect day to tune into what is being birthed. What is being birthed? Many people say, birth 2012, nothing happened. I didn't see anything happen. Guess what? You need to have eyes to see. Did the Neanderthals understand or see the Cro-Magnons? Or did they just think they were some kind of weird apparition or some kind of freak or some kind of monster to be driven off? Can we see universal humans? Do we have the eyes to see? What is a universal human? Universal human is people who are connected through the heart. They have the realization that they are connected with all life. They are connected with God. They are connected with all individuals, with all of the earth, with all the creatures of the earth. They are spiritual. They are very creative. They're not religious. They're spiritual, creative. They are very compassionate and empathic. They have connected in with the energy field of the planet, and therefore they have great empathy for all humanity and for all life. And we are all evolving, emerging into universal humans. Whether you like it or not. Anybody want to come? Okay. So I am seeing examples of it again and again and again. I did a wedding. Nancy Lincoln, you know her? She's one of our congregants, was married a few weeks ago. And she and her husband-to-be, Glenn Davies, they both have been in such fabulous relationship with they both were married before, with their former spouses, that their former spouses and all the kids were all involved in this wedding. I mean, universal humans, really. I went to Philadelphia over the Christmas vacation, and in the neighborhood I stayed with my brother, and my brother's neighborhood, somebody got together and decided that the whole neighborhood should put out luminarias on Christmas night. And he organized it so that everybody knew how many they needed, and they bought them and delivered them to the people. And on Christmas night, all of the streets, all in this whole area, were lit up with these gorgeous luminarias. And there was one family that said, well, if I put them up, then they're going to drive on my road. I know that it will attract people onto my road. So and theirs was the longest property, and they didn't put theirs up, which I think is just so interesting. It shows the two, you know, they're coming together. The universal humans, a neighborhood that's connecting, and somebody who doesn't want to play. And that's, you know, what we'll often find. We'll often find that in our world. So what my suggestion to you is, look for them. Look for experiences of them. Look for whatever shows up to you as connectivity of love, of not competition, of empathy, of caring. And you will see it, and the more we see it, the more it'll be. So tell me about it when you do. Do testimonies up here, because we would love to hear, because it's happening, and it's only if we, you know, the world is as we see it, it will be as we see, all right? So we come to the visioning process. Envisioning is the opportunity to catch the vision that the universe has for you, to bring you into alignment, vibrational alignment with what is yours to do and to be here on Earth. Before we go into the visioning practice, I want to share a concept. It's a word coined by Teilhard de Chardin called the noosphere. And Barbara Marx Hubbard uses it a lot. And Emergence, the shift from Ego to Essence, is Barbara Marx Hubbard's book, and we'll use it during Lent. Anyway, the noosphere is the thought sphere, or the mind sphere of the planet. You know, there's an atmosphere, and there's a stratosphere, there are these spheres. Well, there's also a thought sphere. And this noosphere is becoming more and more accessible to people. And because it is accessible, we can all tap into it, and there's a far greater connection that's going all around the planet. The internet and all the social networking that we're doing is an outer expression, an outer manifestation of something that's happening internally. We all know what's happening instantly, don't we? And so we can connect with others around the planet instantly. And therefore, we have greater and greater empathy and understanding of what is happening in the world. So the noosphere is something, when we are doing our visioning process, so you could call it noosphere, or you can call it divine mind. You know, because that's really what it is. Divine mind has all the information, all the thoughts, all the ideas that ever were thought and ever will be thought. Kind of like the Akashic Record. So different traditions call it different things. For the cultural creatives, we'll call it the noosphere. For the spiritual guys, we'll call it divine mind. So when we do the visioning, we are going to tap into divine mind. Visions are not something we make up. They are something we attract according to our consciousness. Because it's the first Sunday of the year, I'm going to do a little review on God. And what God is not. First I'll do what God is not. God is not a man in the sky with a white beard who is giving out punishments and judgments and dispensing visions according to how good we are. I know, really. I like to call God universal, infinite energy intelligence. And I know that doesn't sound very personal, but you know what? God is the laws, the universal laws that are always operating. God is the principles that are always operating. They're operating in our lives, and they're always working in the same manner. And that is the expression that God is. Now, you can have an intercessory, if you so choose. Jesus is an intercessory, Mary's an intercessory, and angels are intercessories. Those are wonderful. But what you're tapping into is God energy through them. And it makes it more personal, and it's nice to have a personal and a transcendent relationship with the Almighty, with the divine. I have to tell you that I'm resistant to even using the word God. It's so highly charged. It's so attached to so many different ideas of traditional Christianity, and we are moving into a new understanding. Now, as Charles Fillmore said, consciousness is always evolving. It's always evolving. I'll continue to use the word God, but I just so that you know, it's universal intelligence, universal energy, laws and principles operating in the universe. So when we are doing the visioning process, we will be tapping into what has always been there. The universe has a plan for you. And there is something, divine ideas come to us as we are open to them. We cannot have anything that we don't first have in consciousness. So as we evolve, we will attract into our lives a vision. And if we open the veil, we release the veil, the vision will be clear to us. So a lot of our process is about being an opening because the vision's always there. God longs to reveal itself as you. God longs to evolve. God longs to evolve itself through you. You are here to reveal God. You are here, and your vision is the vehicle through which you reveal God. It is the way you bring your gifts to the world. It is your heart's desire. Your heart's desire come into expression. Desire, Charles Fillmore says, the upward impulse of the ever-evolving soul. Desire is God speaking to you, saying, this is your vision. This is for you to do in the world. So I just had a realization when I was getting ready for this talk that this visioning process is very clear in the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament. So I just want to read to you what God says to Jeremiah. So I think this is very fun. So, the word of the Lord came to me, Jeremiah says. The word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Okay, you know what's happening there? The universe has been knocking at, whatever, go back a second. I truly believe that we made a contract with the Spirit of the living God as us before we came to earth. That we already had a vision for what we would do, and we were given the exact gifts to bring that vision into manifestation. Now, most of us forget. As Wordsworth says, our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. We forget what that vision was. But we did have one. We agreed to something. We came to learn lessons, and we came to grow, and we came to give our gifts to the world. And as we give our gifts to the world and we're trying to live our vision, we run up against stuff, and that's when we learn the lessons so that we can bring our vision into manifestation, okay? So, Jeremiah says, God's coming to me and saying, I appointed you. Before you were born, I knew you. Before I put you in the womb, I appointed you to become a prophet. And what does Jeremiah say? What do we all say when we get a divine idea? Alas, sovereign Lord, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. Oh, I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too thin. I'm too married. I'm too unmarried. I'm too little. What do we have? We all have some aspect where we go, I can't do. What did Moses say when God said, free the Israelites? I can't talk. I don't know how to talk. Mary, what does Mary say? Mary says, well, how could I? I've never known a man. No excuses. You're going to hear today, no excuses. There's an element of surrender that is going to need to happen here. We are going to need to be openings for the Spirit of the living God to move through us and to give us its information. If we want to evolve, and I know you are here because you want to evolve. There's a reason you're here at Unity on the River. If we want to evolve, we are going to have to let go of our resistance and allow the Spirit in, become an opening. And so what does God say then? But the Lord said to me, do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. And then the Lord reached out. He reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. God is saying, I go with you. Do you know that wonderful prayer in the Course in Miracles? I'm only here to be truly helpful. I'm only here to represent God who sent me. I do not need to worry about what to do or what to say because God who sent me will direct me. I am healed as I allow God to teach me to heal, and I go where God sends me knowing that God goes with me. This is just what God is saying to Jeremiah. I go with you, and I have appointed you to tear down, to pull apart, and to build and to plant. Isn't that what we're all doing? We release and let go of the old, and we open to the new, whatever the new might be. So we're going to go into the visioning process. Something that I just wanted to say before I tell you what the parts are. Yes, so we're going to catch God's vision. If, I said earlier, it says in Proverbs, without a vision the people perish. If we don't have a vision, we are in a sense sleepwalking, and we are subject to all the ways of the world, aren't we? Oh, what are the ways of the world? Oh, when you get old, you're going to, you're going to age like this. You're going to need glasses. You're going to get sick. And the statistics say that this many people will get cancer, and this many people will get the flu because it's flu season. When you have a vision, you walk straight through that. You know where you're going. It's like a football player knows where the goal is. You clear all that. You don't need to listen to all that stuff, right? And when you realize your vision, when you align yourself with the vibration of it and realize that it's your heart's desire, and you bring it into manifestation, it will feel like going home. Going home. Okay, so I'm going to look at the parts to it, the steps that we'll do in our prayer time today. This is the long version. I gave you in your 3-point summary the short version. So you do have, if you want to write any more of the notes on that from this, you can do that so that you can do it in the future. But anyway, the setting is the realization that you're surrounded in unconditional love. That you're surrounded by the Spirit, that you have all you need. This actually could be the time to go into heart coherence. Allow your heart to expand in the realization, the memory of something you love. Simply creating an opening, creating an open heart to receive. The declaration, what are you doing this visioning for? Many of you today will be visioning for your life in 2013. And we would ask the question, how would God like to show up as my life in 2013? How would God like to show up? Now, you may want to open to a vision for the world. Definitely we want, but you need to remember your part. You are a co-creator with God. You are bringing forth the new humanity. So if you declare it for the world, be sure to get your part. The waiting is listening and being open to the still small voice. And God doesn't always speak in words, if you haven't noticed. This is a time to notice metaphors, symbols, signs, sounds, smells, anything, and to come without judgment. You never know how Spirit is going to speak to you. So in our process today, we'll have a little bit of silence there during that waiting time, but then we're going to go on to a few other steps and then come back to another writing time. Revelations would be, so with what I heard, is there anything I can connect in with? There's anything that, any places where I understand principles or I see spiritual truths coming through? One of the first times, that I learned about the visioning, first I heard that I was going to be a minister, and then I saw the YMCA in Newburyport with pink walls and very crowded and full of people, and I was talking. And then I got that what I wanted to share with people was these principles, this realization of your divinity and the experience of the divine. So all those came in different times of being in revelation or being opening to divine ideas. Releasing is, okay, so as soon as you get this great vision, there's a little voice that's going to come up and say, can't happen. No way, you know that one. So you want to look at that. What are the limitations? What's coming up? And offer it up as a living sacrifice. It doesn't serve you. The most important step is embodiment. Who do I need to be to bring this vision into manifestation? Can we do? I don't have anybody's attention. They're all looking at the pencils.
Thank you. Could we do that a little at the beginning of the meditation? Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just, God, school teachers. I feel so bad for school teachers. Really. Okay, so where was I? Embodiment. Who do I need to be? You cannot have anything you don't first have in consciousness, and you can't become anything you can't have anything you're not willing to become. So what do I need to learn? What do I need to let go of? How do I need to grow? What do I need to change? That's the embodiment. How do I embody this vision? Okay, affirmations. We don't affirm the vision. The vision's already there. You're opening to it. What you want to affirm is that you are a free and open channel to bring the vision into manifestation. Your affirmation is about you being an opening and allowing the vision to come through you. Make a declaration. I forget what that one was. I think it's just, what is it? Declare it. Just declare what the vision is. I'm sure that must be what it is. Just declare it. Yeah, it's okay. Make a sentence. What it is. What? Oh, that's what it is. Yes. Declare what gifts and talents you already have. Because you already have a lot, and you already have achieved a lot, and you're always in a higher level of consciousness. Thank you. Thank you. That's the declaration. And the question is, you want to ask a question. So what could guide this? What question, the questions are the most important part for guiding our lives. And it might just be, what is mine to do? What is mine to do? And then we go into the silence, and you'll really start to write and just allow the Spirit to write through you. We'll try to give it some minutes. And use your imagination. It's a spiritual gift, and allow it to expand. Get into the feeling nature of what you're seeing. And let it get clearer and clearer. And then make a final statement about it. And it's, I am, or my vision for 2013 for my life is, whatever it is that you're longing to reveal. Know that this process, this visioning process, you will attract a vision that is perfect for where you are in your evolutionary process. It's nobody else's vision. You might not want to share it. There's no comparisons, no judgments. You are where you are, and it will keep changing because you keep changing and you keep evolving. And no matter what you're visioning on, it will be about your own transformation. It will cause you. Visions are always bigger than we think we can do, and so they will call you into higher and higher expression. So today, I invite you to get on those evolutionary wings and start flying up higher to get a bigger perspective of your life in the world, what gifts you have, what you bring, and how you can express it in the world. We have all been called, and we are the answer. Hallelujah. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now the pencils or pens, and find your piece of paper that says my vision for 2030 emergence it's a beige piece of paper. This is your letter to God. What you write on here today, you want to put in an envelope and put your name and address on the envelope, and we'll hand them in, and we will send them back to you next Thanksgiving time. If you're not finished with it, you can take it home, but you better remember to bring it back, or it won't get sent to you, and it's very fun to see what you've done. Yes? The return address got put on. Well, that won't work. Yeah. Go get new envelopes. I'm sorry, yes, because they need to put their own. We're sending them to you. We'll get them later. Oh, it peels right off, Jane. It peels off. Peels right off. Peel it off. Good-ish. Or cross it off. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Because they can cross them off. They can cross them off.
I'm just saying you better do what she wants today.
Yeah. So it is true. So just, I will guide you in that. I'll guide you in that. So, okay. For a little bit, let's just put everything aside, breathe. A lot of what is happening in the visioning process is being open to the Spirit. So let's let Temple Thieves bring us in.
shall go in the stillness. There's a knowing the presence of divine love. I am love. I am loved. Shemaiah, 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 Shemaiah.
Bow to the bounty and wonder, my people, my pilgrims. Revere the harvest that you are. Take up your gift and explore the holiness of shadow and of light. Take up yourself, your solicitations, the negotiations. Take up at last and for all the script and rehearsals, and toss them to the dancing oak and birch.
So I invite you to take another deep cleansing breath. Allow yourself to really relax and let go. And let's just know and affirm that we are surrounded by unconditional love. We are in the feeling tone of unconditional love. Knowing that the fullness of the Spirit is right here, right now. That you have everything you need. Know and affirm that a vision has longed to be revealed through you. And in this process, you are simply opening to it. So in your mind, make a declaration of what it is you would like to do this visioning process around. It may be a project, it may be something you're working on, or it might be your whole life in 2013. I encourage you to ask the question, how would God like to show up as? So how would God like to show up as my life in 2013 is the broad question. Or you can narrow it down to relationship, to health, to your creative flow, to your work in the world. How would God like to show up as? Perhaps write that at the top of your paper. And we will spend some time in the silence now and just look for what comes immediately, and don't have judgment about it, and it might not make any sense. It doesn't matter, just write it down. Whatever you have declared your vision about, ask the question again, and then be in the silence for a minute and write down what comes to you. You'll have more time in the silence in a few minutes. Next question is, what's been revealed here? You're going to hone it down a little bit. What do you relate to whatever came? Any principles, values, or beliefs? question clear. Just notice if there's anything that has principles or values or beliefs that you can relate to whatever came, if you got a vision or a picture. And next is the release. Oh, what voices came up? Fears, assumptions, limited thinking, agendas, finances, whatever says this can't be. And the most important question, the embodiment. What do we need to become in order for this vision to manifest? What do I need to know, let go of? How do I need to grow? And write it down, write it down. And now write an affirmation, and don't write the affirmation for what the vision is. Write the affirmation for yourself, embodying this vision. Affirm your capacity. The vision came to you because of your level of consciousness. Create an affirmation for it, a positive present time statement. Take a moment to notice what gifts you already have that will support this. What talents, what states of consciousness. Honor what you already have and who you already are. And we're going to have a few minutes of silence now. If you would like to ask yourself one clear question, and then journal. Let it go. Just let it come out. Stream of consciousness writing. What is mine to do, perhaps, is your question. Now you can get into a few details and use your imagination, get in the feeling nature. Let it be written through you. Take time now. 1 minute more. All right, I'm going to begin to close and make a final statement, one clear statement or affirmation to summarize what you've discovered. Ultimately, it may be a song or a poem. One clear statement to guide you. And when you're ready, be sure you put your address on the envelope, your home address, so we can mail this back to you. Oh, you also might want to write this or something better, because God always has a bigger idea than we can even think of. This or something better.
In the silence I shall go, and the stillness stands in the presence of divine love. I am
Finally, we must realize what we have here. Here is my entreaty, my lovely travelers, my Albions. Suckle the flowing sap, the sweetest nectar from each vine and branch. Allow the honeyed eye its home in you, that heaven may come to rest in your arms. Heaven may come to rest in your arms. Sing your wildest song and dance the whirling notes of joy, that you might add a measure never heard before, never heard before. Oh, make a sonnet, a symphony, a prayer. But oh, the forest will sing, how the trees will dance and laugh. People, people, make heaven sing in you. Shemaiah, Shemaiah, Shemaiah. Make people sing. Shemaiah. Raise your voice to heaven. Allow the flowing sap to run its course in you. My Albions.
And so it is. Amen and amen. While the baskets are going around to receive your visions, let's just do a blessing of them. Let's know that the Spirit has spoken through and as you have opened to realize the vision for your life in 2013 or whatever you are visioning on. And it's done. You've given it energy by writing it down. It is taking form. It is finished. It is accomplished. And we give thanks that this is so. I encourage you to continue this process. Do it again at home. Take the 3-point summary and follow the process again. And so you have one to look at home and to reaffirm it and to repeat it regularly. Read it every day. It's a great idea. Read it every day and stay in the feeling nature of it, whatever it is that you are bringing forth. And if you take the Mary Marcy class, we will be working with these again and again and again. The ideas of hearing each other's visions, getting in the feeling nature about them, seeing them made manifest. And if you don't join the class, get a prayer partner. Somebody who you can call on a regular basis. You set up a time, and they affirm for you your vision, even when you can't believe it yourself. That's one of the greatest ways to expand with a vision. Okay? So we are ready to receive our tithes and offerings in love, the expansion of your good, the way that you honor this community and beyond. Before we do that, I would like to ask the chaplains to stand or raise their hands as they are able so we can recognize you. They are here for you, to know the truth for you, to pray with you about anything, whether it's a blessing or a concern. Thank you, chaplains. And as you take your offering and place it in your hand, just fill it with the unconditional, loving energy that is in this room and in your heart. And know that it will expand. And let's say the blessing of the tithes and offerings together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Sweet Spirit, Holy One, we know that 2012 was an amazing, wondrous year. And 2013 is just filled with so much promise. The best is yet to be. And we know that as we give, so we receive. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall be placed into our lap. We give in all areas of our lives as we move into birthing this universal human, which is the basis of its nature, is to love and to give. And so these offerings are representations of that giving nature. And we give thanks as we send them out to do the will and the work of Holy Spirit. Thank you, Phyllis, and thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lori Levenger, my Sunday service coordinator. Thank you, Mickey Lucia on PowerPoint. Thank you, Jay. Hi, everybody out there on streaming. Thank you, Brian Dozer on sound. I'm sending light to everybody in hospitality and out in the children's program. And this wonderful, wonderful musical expression, Temple Thieves. You want to come on back up and give us a
Here they come. This tune, As Long As I Got You.
As long as I got you, I ain't got no blues. No, no.
The world is born on wings of light, rays of power, and frenzied growth. Planets align, mother urges, man, the father ignites. As we dive into the river of allness, the wellspring of allness is us. I'm telling you, as we dive into the river of allness, the wellspring of allness is us, yeah. Let's do it. Wellspring of allness is us. Yeah. Come on, Lisa.
I ain't got the blues no more.
No.
Bye-bye blues don't come around no more.
No.
What I got ain't so hard to take.
Yes.
Black cat bone and a lot of love to me.
Yes.
Well, Lord, you know that as long as I got you, I ain't got no blues.
No blues.
No. We got a bridge coming up. Cause jam don't shake.
No, it don't.
It's kinda good and no money can make. Black hat bomb and a mojo too. Lord, I find my joy in you.
My
Yes,
joy,
I do.
yeah, my joy's in
No,
you.
I find my joy in you now. Yes, I do. Come on, Paula. Lord, you know that as long as I got you, I ain't got no blues.
No, I don't. It's always the season for searching. It's always the season for looking. There's no stopping the impulse to ripen. There's no stopping. Seeds of seasons gone by. Bring this day to me. I'm telling you, seeds of seasons gone by. Bring this day to me. The perfect soil comes up to meet me. What is birthed is the truth of me. It's a truth. Yeah, truth.
right, 'cause Jam don't shake.
It don't shake.
It's kinda good and no money can make well.
can't make it.
I got bone and a mojo too.
Mojo,
But
man.
I find my joy in you, oh yes I do.
Come on.
That's where I find my joy.
She found her joy. She found it.
Well now,
Come
Lord, you know that as long as I got you,
As long as I got you.
I ain't got no blues.
I ain't got no blues, I ain't got no
I
blues.
said, well, Lord, you know that as long as I got
As long
you,
as I got you.
I ain't got
the blues.
I said, I ain't got no blues.
She ain't got no blues.
Thank you.
Temple,
Band.
please.
Yeah.
Lisa Plumleys and for rocking it.
Thank you.
And the boys of the band are Keith, Steve, and Andy. Hey, you got the news.
Well, awesome. Jack Santos, this is the time of year when we are attracting into our experience the best board members possible. And Jack wants to tell you about his experience.
I stand in the presence.
Namaste.
Just a couple of things. If you've been paying attention for the last 6 months, a board member usually comes up here on the first Sunday and tells you about our intentions and where we're putting our energy. So I wanted to share those with you. And our intentions for January is that we will have a full board installed in February of 8 to 10 trustees, about 4 to 5 candidates, that our budget for 2013 will be approved this month, and with $12,000 going into a cash reserve fund in the coming year. And we'll be talking about our restructuring of our membership model, which more discussion around that at the annual meeting. So that's the intentions of the board. But the real reason I'm up here is to testify about my time on the board and what it's meant to me, to encourage some of you that have been thinking about it or hasn't occurred to. Here's an opportunity for you to listen to what you made, that little still small voice that may be saying, "Ooh, that might be right for you. That might be right for you." I'm not going to tell you because I know that Jim has been up here and Kathy and Jackie. I'm not going to tell you about how it's just been a wonderful place to come together with a small group of people, be committed to something that you really love and the people around you in your community of faith. I'm not going to tell you about that. I'm not going to tell you about the time that we spend on Thursday nights and the fact that we have our board meetings and then we spend a little bit of time between board meetings working on things so that we're ready for the board meetings, and that it really is a pleasurable experience and something that you should be thinking about. I am going to tell you that we've had about 3 or 4 people come forward, so that we do have candidates. There are still openings, and if you're thinking about it, you should see me or Jim or anybody on the board, or Shipley or Jane. Or you can even go online now. We have if you go to the Unity website, there's a trustee menu, and under that trustee documentation, and in there just this week we've put in the board applications, so you can see what it's all about and some background on being a board of trustee member. And what I do want to tell you is, as I'm thinking about my time on the board, since one of the openings is one of mine. I've been on the board for 3 years, and there are 3, 2, and 1 year positions, so it's a level of commitment that you may want to do. You can pick it. But I do want to tell you about what I probably would have been doing had I not been on the board for the last few years. Thursday nights, I probably would have been watching like 2.5 Men, 30 Rock, The Office, Grey's Anatomy. I probably would have gotten a few more moves in on Words with Friends or Scrabble, or made a few more posts, on Facebook. So as I think about the time I've spent and what it could mean to you, the words of Mary Oliver come to me. Tell me, what is it your plan to do with your wild and precious life? Namaste.
Let's welcome in the Youth and Family Ministry.
We are walking as the light of God. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking, walking, we are walking. Oh, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, walking, we are walking. Oh, we are walking as the light of God.
Brandon, you going to pray with me today?
Good morning, everyone. Well, we were busy today. Last week, a few of us came up with all the words that weigh us down, and we released them all. This week, we came up with all the words that lifted us up, our wing words, like love and peace and heartfelt and I love you, heart-lifting, sun, all the beautiful words, beauty, awesome. And then we went into a little prayer. I introduced the White Stone ceremony to the children. We went into prayer, and Spirit gave each of our children a word that they could take home and pray on the whole year. And we also have the same stone, the same word here that we can hold in prayer each week. So we were busy doing that, and we had a lot of fun. And then we made jewelry. Stay tuned, because we're going to be selling jewelry on Valentine's Day. So we started making jewelry, and they're fabulous things we made. Okay. It was a great day.
I have a lot to release. Jewelry. Yes, I picked you. You're the man. You're my man. Brandon's going to pray with us.
Jewelry real quick.
What?
Can I get my jewelry?
Oh, not right now. Get it next time. Okay, let's rise and sing our peace song. You can bring it in next time, okay? Oh, I see. You can get it before you leave if that's what you need. Okay? Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. And God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. This year we put on our evolutionary wings and we emerge, we move from ego to essence. The light of God
surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God.